The rain-slicked streets of 1980s Chicago gleamed under flickering neon signs, but in the shadowed alley behind the Blue Flame Club, a scream was cut short by the glint of a switchblade. Riley Parker, a nervous young filmmaker, crouched behind a dumpster, his camera trembling in his hands. He'd come to capture a gritty documentary about the city's underworld, but he had just filmed something he couldn't see: Tommy, the Blade. Malone, the most feared gangster in the South Side, executing a rival with cold precision. As Tommy's eyes locked onto Riley's lens, the filmmaker realized his footage was now a death sentence. Riley, a 25-year-old film school dropout, had grown up on Chicago's fringes, scraping by with odd jobs while chasing his dream of making a name in Hollywood. His latest project, a raw expose on the city's crime syndicates, was meant to be his big break. Armed with a second-hand camcorder and a tip from a shady informant, Riley had infiltrated the Blue Flame, a jazz club doubling as Tommy's headquarters. Tommy, a wiry man with a scar-slashed face and a penchant for tailored suits, ruled the South Side through fear, his empire built on extortion and black-market deals. But Riley's ambition blinded him to the danger of crossing a man like Tommy. The story spiraled when Riley's footage leaked to a local TV station, thanks to a betrayal by his so-called friend Nate, a slick-talking producer with debts to Tommy's crew. The clip, though grainy, showed enough to make Tommy a target for rival gangs and the feds. Enraged, Tommy tracked Riley to a rundown motel, but instead of killing him, he saw an opportunity. Tommy, obsessed with his own legend, wanted to be immortalized on screen, not as a villain, but as a misunderstood anti-hero. He forced Riley into a deal: direct a feature film about Tommy's life, or die. Riley, terrified but cunning, saw a chance to turn the tables. He agreed, but secretly planned to use the film to expose Tommy's crimes, embedding clues in the script to tip off the authorities. To pull it off, he needed help. Enter Lena Carter, a street-smart actress and former lounge singer who once been Tommy's confidant before escaping his orbit. Lena, hardened by years of surviving the underworld, was skeptical of Riley's plan, but joined him, driven by her own vendetta against Tommy for destroying her career. Their uneasy alliance crackled with tension as Riley's idealism clashed with Lena's pragmatism. Filming began in secret, with Tommy's crew as unwitting actors. Riley staged scenes in abandoned warehouses and smoky backrooms, blending fiction with reality. He cast Tommy as a tragic figure, a gangster with a heart, while slipping in details of real crimes, dates, names, and locations that only the feds would recognize. Lena, playing the female lead, used her charm to keep Tommy distracted, but her performance was too convincing. Tommy grew obsessed with her, rekindling old feelings and complicating the plan. Meanwhile, Nate, sniffing a chance to save his own skin, fed Tommy suspicions about Riley's true intentions. The production was a high-wire act. Riley and Lena dodged Tommy's volatile temper, navigated rival gang ambushes, and evaded a dogged FBI agent, Clara Voss, who was closing in on Tommy but unaware of Riley's scheme. In a tense moment, Riley filmed a reenactment of the Blue Flame murder, with Tommy unknowingly recreating his own crime on camera. The footage was gold, but it came at a cost. Nate, desperate to curry favor, stole a rough cut and showed it to Tommy, who realized Riley's betrayal. Enraged, Tommy kidnapped Lena, luring Riley to an abandoned steel mill for a final showdown. The confrontation was cinematic chaos. Tommy, brandishing his signature switchblade, taunted Riley, demanding the film's master tapes. Lena, bound but defiant, slipped Riley a hidden knife she'd stashed during filming. As Tommy ranted about his legacy, Riley used his knowledge of the mill's layout, scouted for a scene, to outmaneuver him. In a heart-pounding chase through rusted machinery and flickering lights, Riley and Lena turned the tables, trapping Tommy in a makeshift set rigged with pyrotechnics. The explosion didn't kill him, but it gave Clara's team the chaos they needed to storm the mill and arrest Tommy. In the aftermath, Riley's film, retitled The Neon Blade, was released as a fictional crime drama, with the incriminating details edited out to protect Lena and himself. The movie became a cult hit, lauded for its gritty realism, though no one knew how real it was. Riley and Lena, now partners in every sense, used the profits to fund a community theater in the South Side, giving voice to those silenced by the city's underbelly. Tommy, behind bars, watched the film in his cell, a bitter smile on his face as he saw his myth outlive his empire. Clara, tipped off by an anonymous tape, kept Riley's secret, knowing the truth would only spark more violence. As Chicago's neon lights flickered on, Riley stood outside the theater, Lena at his side, watching kids audition for their first play. The city's scars remained, but so did its pulse. Riley's camera, once a weapon, was now a tool for stories that healed rather than destroyed. The neon blade had cut through the darkness, leaving a spark of hope in its wake.